Incredible, but the day has come. The legendary R36H console is now officially available in a horizontal format. Meet the new R36H console, which looks quite stylish, features two analog sticks and runs on the ArkOS firmware. Today I invite you to explore this device with me. In this video, we'll unbox the R36H console, discuss its design, review its software, and of course test out some retro games. Personally, I've been waiting for the official release of the R36H in a horizontal form factor for a long time, as I prefer horizontal consoles and find them more comfortable to hold during gameplay. The R36H console is powered by the RK3326 processor with 4 Cortex-A35 cores. The graphics performance is handled by the Mali G31 MP2 GPU. It features a 3.5-inch IPS display with a resolution of 640 by 480 pixels and a 3000 mAh battery, which offers between 3 to 5 hours of gameplay, depending on the game. The device runs on the ArkOS firmware, which I absolutely love. In my opinion, ArkOS unlocks the full potential of this type of gaming console. This is a major advantage, and I believe the presence of ArkOS will be a key factor for anyone considering this console. Essentially, these are two identical consoles with just one difference. One is vertical and the other is horizontal. By the way, I bought the R36H on AliExpress for 48 euros with fast and free shipping. During sales and promotions, you can get it for an even better price. Especially if you use a promo code, you'll find the link to the R36H console in the description box. Now let's move on to the unboxing. The R36H came in this box. On the back, the main specifications are listed, but some of them are inaccurate. For example, it doesn't have an HDMI port and the battery capacity is slightly lower than stated. Let's open the box. Inside, we're greeted by the console itself, protected by the layer of cushioning material. Let's set it aside for a moment. Beneath the plastic insert, we have the standard accessories: a USB Type-A to USB Type-C charging cable, a screen protector with cleaning wipes, and a user manual. This is the same kit you'll find with the R36H console. Now let's take a closer look at the device. This is the white version of the console. On AliExpress, you can find a wide range of colors, including transparent options. I decided to go with the classic white. The plastic feels nice to the touch, just like on my R36H. The analog sticks and buttons are already familiar and comfortable. On the back, we see two rubber inserts, likely for a more secure grip. Access to the battery is as simple as it is on the R36H, which I consider a plus. My initial impressions are quite positive. Let's peel out the screen protector. Next, I'll power on the console to check the firmware. Yes, it's the standard ArkOS boot sequence. This means you won't face any issues installing the latest version of ArkOS or updating it. By the way, I have detailed videos on my channel about installing ArkOS on your console using either a Mac or an Android device. Links to those videos are in the description box. Let's take a closer look at the console itself. On the front, we have standard black buttons. They are responsive and use rubber membranes. Overall, these are good quality buttons, and I've already played quite a few games with them. The D-pad is matte, identical to the one on the R36H. While new, it feels a bit stiff, but this doesn't cause any discomfort. Diagonal inputs are registered when pressing two perpendicular directions simultaneously. In general, it's a decent mid-quality D-pad. At the top, we have the start and select buttons. They protrude slightly from the body, so I don't accidentally press them while playing. This is very convenient and well designed. However, they do produce a loud click when pressed, just like on the original R36H. Unfortunately, the third function button is not available on this console. The analog sticks on the R36H are diagonally aligned. They are standard, with slightly rubberized surfaces, and overall, they suit me just fine. I like this diagonal layout, as I use the analog sticks more often than the D-pad. On the top edge, we have shoulder triggers. They feel great to press, with a pleasant and quiet click. I also like that my finger naturally rests on two buttons at once, allowing to press either without repositioning my finger, unlike gamepads with triggers. Also on the top edge are the volume control buttons, as well as the reset and power buttons. These also press smoothly with a nearly silent microclick. And before we continue, please like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. This helps me promote the channel. Also, you can click the bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Thank you for your attention. Let's continue. On the bottom edge, there are slots for SD cards. One slot is for the operating system, and the other can be used for storing and launching your game collection. My unit only came with one 64GB SD card, which is partitioned into two sections. One for the firmware and the other for game storage. Typically, the SD cards included with such consoles are of very low quality and can fail at any time. I strongly recommend replacing the SD card with a branded one, following the recommendations in this chart. You'll find a more detailed compatibility table via the link in the description box. I usually use two SD cards, one for the firmware and one for the game collection. I've already installed the new firmware on this console, and it performs much better. On the sides, there are two USB Type-C ports, one for charging and the other for connecting peripherals, such as a Wi-Fi adapter. In the center, there is a headphone jack. There are also decorative grills that house stereo speakers. Remember, the R36S only has a single speaker. Overall, I really like this console. It feels great in hand, and it's comfortable for gaming. Comparing its size to the R36S, it's larger but thinner. The weight of both consoles is about the same, so choosing between the two comes down to your preference for a horizontal or vertical form factor. The R36H interface is simple and intuitive. You can select any gaming system and then choose a game. Press A to confirm your selection and press B to exit the menu. To exit a game, press Select and Start simultaneously twice. More detailed console settings can be found in the main menu by pressing the Start button on the home screen. Additional settings are available in the Options or Settings sections, depending on the interface design. By the way, I've installed my custom theme on the console because I prefer its minimalist design. If you'd like to install this theme on your console as well and support my channel, you can purchase it on my Gumroad page. The link is in the description box. Now let's test a few games. Classic retro games from Nintendo, such as Super Mario or Darkwing Duck, run flawlessly. I love these games. They bring so much joy and nostalgia. A Sega classic also performs excellently on the console, with no lag or stuttering. Let's move on to the Game Boy Advance emulator with Splinter Cell. I'm a big fan of this game series and always test it on consoles. Everything runs perfectly. Now let's try Mario Kart from the Nintendo 64. It's a very fun game and it plays smoothly. PlayStation 1 games also run great. However, on older firmware, I encountered issues launching these games, so I recommend updating or reinstalling the ArkOS. Next, let's test a more demanding game, GTA Vice City Stories for the PSP. The frame rate varies, occasionally dropping to 10 FPS. This is a demanding game for this type of device, so these FPS results are entirely normal. I suggest sticking to less demanding games on this console for a better gaming experience. Now let's test games from the Portmaster section, starting with GTA Vice City. You can see it's very playable. I also managed to launch Half-Life and it runs without any issues. I've already completed this game on my R36S and the experience was great. I also launched Half-Life 2. While there are some lags and stutters in certain scenes, overall it's quite playable. For more details on launching games like Half-Life or GTA Vice City using Portmaster, check out these two videos on my YouTube channel. Links are in the description box. In conclusion, I really like the R36H console. It's well built, feels great to the touch, and the horizontal form factor is a fantastic addition to its familiar and functional interface. I am thrilled that we now have a choice between the standard R36S and the new horizontal R36H console. Despite its compact size, the R36H remains portable and can easily fit in your pocket. It's a joy to play both classic games from Nintendo, Game Boy and PlayStation, as well as full-fledged PC games like Half-Life and GTA. Don't forget, you can buy this console on AliExpress with free shipping via the link in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I wish you pleasant nostalgia and successful completion of your favorite games.